I'm here to suck blood and chew bubblegum, everyone, and I'm all out of gum. Wendov, the night owl, is here and brings with him a whole suit of perks related to his affinity for the darkness, downsides for when the sun is high, and yes, blood. Lots of blood. As a Dhampir, a child of both a human and a vampire, Wendov is ready to take the night, but spend his mornings in as much shade as he can. But let's discuss. And as always, we begin with the stats. Stats that will not be blowing us away this time around. Dhampirs are also like half-living creatures or something, so it's no surprise that Wendov here is actually pretty weak. He sits at 150 hunger, 100 sanity, and 100 health. And as you can tell, there is already something happening with that sanity of his. During the day, Wendov's sanity will fall by 3.75 per minute. However, he will not have to worry come dusk, as said drain will actually not be present at all come that time. And it will be the same throughout both night and the caves to boot. Thing is, though, it just stops. It won't actually reverse or anything, so make note there for later. Because for now, we need to talk his speed, as you'll notice it the moment you spawn in, folks. Wendov here suffers from slower movement during the day, and it's quite significant. 25% more significant to be exact. But as the day progresses, his feats become more swift, as even come just dusk, he'll start to be 12.5% faster than most other survivors around. But finally, Wendov will be zooming come nightfall, as he'll then be 25% faster overall. Good stuff. Oh, and note that his dusk speeds will be how fast he runs in the caves at the end of the day. But one last fun note on Wendov's speed, everyone. The morning penalty will be reduced by 10% if he is wearing a straw hat or umbrella, or even holding just an umbrella or pretty parasol, folks. It is a great touch, and one of many little things that makes this character great overall. But moving on, as we need to continue on by talking more about how the day cycle will impact our play with him, like how our damages will vary dramatically with the sun out or come sunset. Wendov will be dealing 25% less damage during the daytime, so we'll have to plan our battles a little differently when we're playing this guy, I'm sure. However, his damage will be completely normal come dusk or when he is in the caves, so remember that now. But at the end of the day, he is a night owl, so his best work will be done at night with a 12.5% increase to overall damage levels. But good luck. But there's a bit of a catch, folks. I was injured during those last segments. But why does that matter, Beard? Well, cause Wendov here benefits from an additional 12.5% increase to his damage whenever his health is full. So, he is very much an opportunistic fighter for sure. Deal 29.8 damage with the spear come mornings now, 38.3 damage during dusk or when in the caves, mind you, and a solid 42.5 damage at night with but a normal weapon. Now that's good, but it could be better. So thankfully, it does. Wendov also benefits from a life-stealing mechanic, folks, that is based on the time of day, damage dealt, and his sanity levels, with lower being better. It's nothing crazy, even come dusk, while equipped with one of the best damage-dealing weapons in the game, mind you, as you can see. But get to night, and suddenly things get a bit interesting. Depending on what weapon you're using, of course, you could potentially see over 2 health return to you per hit, which ain't bad. Plus, remember that the lower your sanity goes, the higher the lifesteal will get. I went from receiving below 1 health a hit to just below 2. But then again, I was fully insane and it was only dusk. And to be honest, that won't be the easiest thing to do with Wendov here. For you see, he actually benefits from a 25% reduction to the effects of negative sanity auras and monsters. And yes, while his sanity is still very low, I believe it's going to be difficult to take advantage of his various sanity perks still, as he can still gain sanity just like everyone else. And with it being lower than average, that also means that it's going to be easier to stay sane too. So then, it's going to be 100% up to you to decide if you want to be sane and halfway normal as a character, or insane for life-stealing abilities, and, well, more to come. Like his red eyes, for example. No, seriously, come 50% sanity and below, Wendov's eyes will change color. But it is way more than just a new look, mind you. For you see, at these sanity levels, Wendov will also benefit from a total night vision capability. It is pretty much going to look like you're walking around during a full moon. And yes, the effect will translate into the caves as well, which is just fantastic and essentially permanent, as sanity's not going to raise or lower down here unless you do it yourself. Neat stuff. But speaking of full moons, Wendov will either be at his best or worst during them, depending on your choice of playstyle. As not only will his sanity drain rapidly increase, full moons double the effect of his life-stealing ability no matter how much damage he is dealing, doubles the healing of blood, and even doubles the hunger of said blood to boot. But more on blood itself here in a minute. Because we've got two last sanity notes to take first. And the first is that as sanity for Wendov drops, so will his hunger at a faster and faster rate. Up to 50% faster as he approaches 0 sanity overall, mind you. But the second is that when Wendov is above 50 sanity, he actually has immediate access to all tier 1 science crafts like Wickerbottom does. So I guess he truly is a well-researched hematologist after all. So let's dig more into that, shall we? Wendov here can gain access to various levels of blood in 2 ways. His own bloody tab, for Pete's sake, or if other players are nearby, to offer their own to him. All types will require meats to create, and the bigger the meat, the more blood we can get out of it. Vials of blood will be the lowest tier. Flasks of blood will be next. Jars of blood follow them. Human blood then comes after that. And finally, there are flasks for monster blood too. And all provide varying levels of stat regeneration, as you can see here. However, all but vials of blood will also grant us a 30-second damage boost effect of about 14%. Not bad, but we need to talk more about meat here for a moment. For you see, monster meat and other monster foods will only deal half of their normal stat penalties, which could be useful in the early game. All foods, however, will have their typical healing values halved while playing as Wendov, so be mindful there. But finally, some meat on wings will actually be neutral to us, so there you go. But yes, everyone, as we are a Dhampir, the basilisks of the constant welcome us into their brood. Have fun. But let's start wrapping up here with some final perks and such. Note that Wendov cannot take advantage of spider glands, healing salves, honey poultice, and even booster shots, folks. Now the latter might seem a bit strange to you, as you're probably asking how the heck we would get missing health back then. But know that his lifesteal will heal lost health at the end of the day. Interestingly enough, Wendov benefits from an additional 25% resistance to being frozen, folks. This means that while most survivors will become a popsicle in 3 hits from Deerclops, for example, Wendov will take an extra 4th before he himself becomes a Count Chocula bar. Careful now, though. Move in the opposite direction, and suddenly Wendov is taking 25% more damage from fire overall. roughly 5.3 damage per tick, up from 4.3 for other survivors. And that is wildly significant. But finally, since he is again a night owl, everyone, Wendov cannot sleep come dusk or night, be it in a tent or otherwise. He will, however, sleep in a siesta lean-to, which can be done during the mornings, so there's that. Oh, and he's just gonna benefit all the same as all the other survivors too, which is nice. But there you have it, everyone. The end of this character showcase of Wendov. Much love and thanks to Typeo, Boolien, and all those who had a hand in bringing Wendov to life and providing us with a unique, fitting experience. I thoroughly enjoyed my time as a Half-Life vampire here, and I hope you do too. It's time to suck, everyone. Thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all. Beware the mornings. And I'll see ya in the next one. Bye-bye.